It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty.
They can't see anybody but me.
Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, thank y'all for joining me today. I appreciate it. I see you, Jeffrey Tatter, Brandon Bonner, Jacob Tanjay, man. Thank you for being part of the NTZ. You play an important part of this channel, man. I don't want you to think I take you for granted, man, because you show up every time, keeping it safe and respected, man. Everybody on the NTZ crew. Today we're gonna have the panel, man. I've invited some gentlemen to come share their experience, strength, and hope with us. In other words, about the Philippines, their experiences. Because I want to remind y'all that my channel is a support group. It's not a typical vlog, but people seem to forget that. And I want to give you like a definition of a support group. Remember, all these support groups, no matter what support group you've ever heard of, it originated with cancer patients. It was a doctor who got a bright idea. But here's simply what it is: a safe environment to share experiences and learn from others who are facing similar obstacles. See, in order to have a support group, yes, we got to share our experiences. This is what the Filipina does. This is the reason why she's so far ahead of us. We won't do that. I don't want anybody knowing my business. We become sensitive. And I had a guy from my blog, the last blog Sunday, a guy I consider a man, a friend, really. He blocked me on Facebook, man. But this is what my channel is for, man. We got to share our experiences, in the hopes that it might help somebody else, man. And that's really what it's about. But I'll give it a few minutes to let these other guys get on. I'll give you some generic information. The exchange rate is still 51.19. Metro Manila, starting today, it's March 1st here. They're under Alert 1. A lot of areas in Luzon is under Alert 1. My favorite island, Siquijor, is under Alert 1. The rest of the country is basically under Alert 2. Alert 1 is the new normal, guys. We're open back up now. The travel's easier. You still got, the mask mandate, which over here, all they had to do was say it one time. What's Dana? It's my buddy Dana. I asked him to come back on because he's been helping a lot of guys with their travel plans. I asked him to come back on. Hey, cut YouTube off. Dana, please. Hey, cut YouTube off. Yeah. That's why I'm getting the feedback. Hey, Bob Bizzle, how's it going? Yeah, we got a few guys coming on today. Alert 1. There's Rudy. It's a new normal. What's going on, Rudy? Tell the guys what's going on.
Well, that's my name.
Hey, wait, hold on. Okay, here's what I do. There. See, that's you, Dana. I muted you right now because you got YouTube on. I'm getting a feedback. Well, once you're ready, I'll unmute you. Tell us what's going on, Rudy. It's been a while since you come on here. I guess you got mad at us too.
No, I got too much work.
I know the last time you were on here, you were bragging about your Bitcoin projections and all of that. What are you still winning or not?
Yeah, because it went up again. It went up to 43. It's up to 43 right now. And everything else
wow.
just followed suit.
Wow. What about Ethereum?
Oh, yeah, it's up too. When Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up.
So what was Bitcoin the last time we spoke?
I think it was at 38.
Wow. So you obviously made some money then.
Yeah, I made a couple hundred.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay, we're gonna get Dana back on here.
I made a couple hundred.
Hey, Dana, you got to cut YouTube off, Dana. I'm sorry. We're gonna get
I turned it off.
but there's some reason why we're getting the feedback. I mean, it's bad. It's bad too.
I turned it off.
But there's some reason. Well, cut your phone. I mean, there's got to be a reason for getting that feedback. Hey, Orchid King, thanks for that super chat. He said, thank you, Dana, for the play info. We'll chat again soon. Yes, what this is, a support group, guys. Anybody just joined us, this definition, because a lot of y'all must realize what a support group is. My channel is not a typical channel, man. Support group is a support group. The information I give is for that purpose, but it's a safe environment to share experiences and learn from others who are facing similar obstacles. Yeah, that's loud. He said, damn, that's loud. Hey, why don't you stand out and stand back in, Dana?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was telling him to close his YouTube. I guess he wants to look at himself and be on the panel at the same time. Yeah, I had to get him off here. What's up, Sam Champion? Good to see you. We've got the panel. Okay, let's bring Dana back on and see if it's better. There you go, Dana. Tell us what's going on, man. You've been helping a lot of people. This guy said you helped him.
Well, so far I'm up to 17.
Oh, wow.
Now, hey, listen, I also want to let you guys know, yeah, I'm a travel agent, but because they're coming to me through Sunshine Shoulders, I'm not charging them any fees, okay? Because they're part of the community. We got to look out for each other.
Absolutely, Dana. I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I was going to say it. But this is what I'm saying, man. This is what this is all about, guys. We got to help each other. You can go on YouTube. If you don't believe me how powerful these Filipino support groups are, they've got a support group called K1 Visa, Dana. I don't know if you know about it either, Rudy, but they take you line by line through the K1 process. That's a support group. And if you get stumped somewhere along the way, like you go to your interview and they say, oh, well, this is what you need. There's somebody in there who has that same experience to say, here's what I did, sis. Here's what you got to do. But with us, we don't want to share information. Men, we want to do it by ourselves. We want to say, oh, it's none of your business. I don't want anybody knowing my business, man. Well, you can't get any help that way. It's one of the reasons I wear my life on my sleeve, man. I don't have any secrets.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Let's remind these guys to get their S passes if they're going to move around in the Philippines.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad you brought that up because I got this on here. That's the first thing I said. Metro Manila, up in the NCR area, they're under alert 1. So really, guys, all you got to do is go on the S Pass, open you up an account. Most of the places now are alert 1, alert 2. You're fully vaccinated. You need your vaccination card. And once you apply for the S Pass, it's automatically approved. I did it yesterday for my Cebu trip.
Yeah, and they just instigated that about 4 days ago too.
Yeah, but make sure you do that. But it's automatic right now. Okay,
Yeah.
We've got another special guest, Texas to Zoe. Take about a minute, Bobby. Introduce yourself to people who don't know you.
All right. So I've been on here several times, but there's a couple of new faces on here. I recognize Rudy, and obviously you, Calvin. I don't. I've seen Dana here once, I think, and the gentleman in the yellow at the bottom. Uh, I moved here about almost 4 years ago. Okay, from Houston. Oh, there goes Jacob right there, one of the NTZ crew. I've been here almost 4 years in Davao, and I really I don't want to be anywhere else. So for anyone that including in this particular group and other live shows, I promote Davao. It's because it's what I know. You see, I've never been to San Carlos. All I hear is, good things over there and Cebu and all of that. But my Calvin will tell you that I push the hell out of Davao because this is where I am, and I brag about how affordable it is over here, straight up.
Yeah, thanks.
At this, yeah,
I've been to
uh,
Davao, and you're
yes,
right. It's a great place. That's why so many expats are there.
yeah. Let me give you a brief rundown on what I've seen here in the last few weeks since
Okay,
the
well,
borders
we'll
have
come back
opened.
to that. We'll come back to
Okay,
that because I want Fred to introduce himself. So hold
okay.
that thought, Texas. Uh, what's up, Fred? We got the real OG Fred back over in Guam. He's
Hello,
holding it
Fred.
down over there.
Hey,
His wife
Fred.
made him put on
Hello,
a shirt.
everybody.
His wife made him put on a shirt today.
Right, for sunshine shoulders.
Uh-oh.
This is my second time on Kelvin's live stream. I had such a good time the last time I was here. So I asked Kelvin, next time you have one, please invite me. I'd be more than happy, to come on board.
Yeah, we appreciate, man. I had so many messages and emails, man, telling me about the good information you shared. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this, Texas. So is it a really good idea to travel to the Philippines now?
It's not just great, it's fantastic. I don't have any regrets being here. I don't have any desire to go back, and I've been here ever since. Every aspect of being here, and I want to say hello to Rudy. That's another OG right there. Every aspect of the lifestyle here, it really embodies that low uh, amount of stress. Okay, uh, the most important part is obviously the pricing of the whole situation here. I don't, a lot of people bring up this inflation business. I don't see that over here because let me tell you something. Okay, I don't know about you guys. I love chicken. Okay, at 150 pesos, that's still 75 cents per pound. I don't see how people can say it's still or it somehow matches the price in the West. No, it doesn't. It's still a lot lower. That's one aspect that you can believe that will be getting out of your head of stress is the cost of living. Yeah, that's the main motivation why I came here. Yeah.
Hey, Ron Lamachia says hi. He just joined late. Is the jab mandatory? Absolutely. In the Philippines, you got to be fully vaccinated to get in here. And once you get in here, if you're going inside somewhere, government offices, business offices, malls, churches, you got to wear that mask. Even
Gotta
outside,
have it.
really.
Gotta
As
have it.
long
You
as
see
you
that? Gotta have that mask.
As long as you got the social distancing outside, they're not gonna bother you. Like when I ride my bike, I don't wear a mask, but you'll
Yeah.
see Filipinos wearing a mask riding their motorcycle. There's a lot of order over here. They're not gonna break the rules. There's a lot of direction over here. We're not used to that because it's just all willy-nilly over in America. You can do whatever you want to do, go crazy, but there's order over here.
Yeah.
And I like that. But yeah, you gotta have that jab.
Good one, Albert. Yeah. Let me reiterate on that, Calvin. As far as going to level 1, okay, level 1, we also have that here. We just went in there, actually starting today, okay, March 1st. So what that means is now it's unlimited occupancy of both indoors and outdoors. But yes, this is still required. That's right. It's still required. I don't mind
Yeah,
wearing it,
that's the new
but
normal.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
So
new normal. Hey Dana, let me ask you, what's the prices now on tickets? The Philippines been open a couple of weeks. Are we getting any deals? You see any deals out there, Dana?
Yeah, I see a few deals, but I don't see anything that is beyond maybe 5 to 8%. I'm looking, we're in March. Well, you're in March. This is the last day of February still here in the States. But I'm thinking that probably within the next 3 weeks, we're going to start seeing 10 to 15%, maybe even greater discounts on these tickets.
So throw us out a basic ticket right now. I'm flying out of Chicago O'Hara into Manila. What am I looking at?
You're looking at probably about $1,350 round trip.
Is that good or bad?
That's actually pretty good for right now. But I looked at, I hope to see really close to $1,000 within the next 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Now think about that, Calvin. That's $500 each way.
Exactly. Let me read this from Sam Champion. He said, Calvin, you are right. Filipinos help each other more than us Westerners. On my first 2 U.S. Navy ships, they would get together and study as a group for the promotion exams. Few of us did that. Yeah, because we promote individualism over there versus community here. It's a big advantage. 10 brains, 10 batteries are more powerful than one, right, Fred?
True. So true. Talking about airline tickets, it's kind of funny because I was checking on the prices this morning because a friend of mine is going to the Philippines later on this month. Tickets are over $800 something round trip on United going into the Philippines right now.
Wow, from Guam?
Yes.
Yes, man.
So out of curiosity, I decided to check, let's say further on the year, like in October. And in October, they were like 500 and something. I think it was 560, 563 round trip.
Yeah.
Hopefully by that time, the prices to go down, as more people start making their way into the Philippines from here and other areas.
Make sure they're flexible tickets.
Now explain to us again what that flexible means, Dana.
Well, a flexible ticket is, for example, you got to have your test before 48 hours before you leave. So you got your ticket, you take your test, and it comes up positive. All right. So now you can't go. You call the airlines on your flexible ticket, and they will allow you to change that ticket to a later date without any charges.
Now,
Same thing if you're in the Philippines. If you're getting ready to come back home, and let's say you have a false positive within 48 hours before your flight, you can change your flight out without having to charge a change fee. But there are some airlines now that are offering flexible tickets only. They're not even offering the restrictive ticket.
Oh, okay. Texas Tazoy, this question is for you. He says, hey, Tazoy, how many expats in Davao do you guys meet regularly? Also, thoughts on General Santos?
Okay, so I lived in Jinsan for about a year. Okay, very hot there. The tricycles there are very much all over the place, running around, unruly. So it's a very different place than over here in Davao. In my neighborhood alone, I've got about 20 neighbors that are from outside countries. Yeah, Germany. I do have a few people here that are from the States, and about 60% are from England in the UK. Yeah. So yeah, quite a bit of foreigners here that I see. But Davao is so
Yeah,
spread out land-wise. It's one of the biggest cities in Asia land-wise, and so
yeah, it's the
plenty of
biggest in the
space, man.
Philippines.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the biggest in the Philippines. Uh, but people say, "Oh, I don't want to go nowhere where I'm stumbling over expats." Well, if you be here after a while, you're gonna be thirsty for a damn expat. You'd be happy
yeah,
to see somebody
Yeah,
and
you got that
yeah,
right.
language. I
yeah,
guarantee you that because I used to feel the same way. Like I didn't come over here. That's why I left. But no, we need each other over here, guys.
Man,
Um,
I spent 2 years in Hong Kong, and let me tell you, whenever I ran across somebody that had anything that looked like an American flag on their apparel, I was trying my best to get close to them.
yeah,
yeah.
there's
Just to
something
say hello. Yeah, yeah,
psychological. There's something psychological behind that too.
yeah,
You can read up on it, but you're gonna start gravitating toward people who have something in common with you. But yeah, I used to say that I don't want to see guys, but now, man, I try to meet and talk with many as I can. Rudy, what are you doing over there, man? When's your ticket? When you coming over here, Rudy?
I'll be there in June or July.
yes,
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna be there to open the gates for the rush, Rudy.
Well, yeah. I mean, Texas knows I'm going to be there.
yeah.
In
We're
Davao.
we're here waiting, Rudy.
Uh,
We're here waiting. We're here
I'm
rooting,
gonna
waiting for you, Rudy.
let me answer this question. He said, Calvin, how's the progress of home construction projects at the mountains? I've got that on here. They're almost completed with the first house. As soon as it stops raining up there, because you got to realize the next time I go, I'm going to take a video from the beginning of the base of the mountain all the way up. And about halfway, the concrete stops and it's nothing but mud and dirt. And if you've ever ridden a motorcycle or these little scooters in soft mud, it's not fun, man. But
Yeah,
Hey, I'd love to see that video.
you got to realize something. These men who are working on the houses, they're working their regular jobs too. So it's gonna kind of slow the process. But this first one is, if you go, I'm gonna put a picture on my community page today. It's already got the roof, the hollow blocks. They're starting to finish the outside, and I asked them to send me a picture today. But yeah, um,
Hey, Texas,
yeah,
I got a question for you.
yeah.
Are you familiar with Jack's Point in Davao?
Uh, you mean Jack's Ridge?
Yeah, Jack's Ridge.
We've been there several times. Yeah, it's an excellent place. Yeah,
Well, listen, when I get there, we'll have to go out and check that out and have lunch or dinner or whatever, okay?
man. I tell you what, I will leave you my phone number, and when you're here, when you arrive, I'll pick you up at the airport, and we'll do whatever I'll take you wherever you need to go and get you settled in, and I'll help you out and everything with the area. I know the area very well, and yeah, we'll take you there. Yeah, for sure.
You're from Houston, right?
Correct.
Yeah, well, I'm up here in Dallas, so
Okay.
from one
I've got
Longhorn to another.
yeah, I've got a buddy there that's a pretty big wig for AT&T in north of Dallas. Yeah.
let
Cool.
me ask you. Let me ask you
Yeah.
something, friend. And just give me a general. Don't say both, but is the Philippines a true retirement destination, or is it more of a vacation spot for Westerners? And I say that because of the culture differences, and because everybody can't make it here.
It's a true retirement spot. I spent a lot of years there. And, once I got to the Philippines, most everyone speaks English. We got a lot of Western ways that I like, a lot of places to go eat, had a lot of friends there, beautiful places to visit. And people just treat you so well. So why would I want to retire in the States? Because think about this. When I got out of the military, if I had stayed in the Philippines, I wouldn't have to get a second job. I could have lived off my pension by itself.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I got out of the military, I was about 39 years old. Can you imagine going to the Philippines, being retired at 39 years of age?
Oh, wow.
So I went
Yeah.
back to work, and I was back in the States about 3 years, 1 year active, and 2 years. I went to trade school. I was telling you about that, Kelvin, because I was coming back to open up a business there. But since it didn't work out, I didn't really have a plan B. So I wound up here on Guam because I have a good friend here. And I knew I wasn't going to live in the States. I knew sooner or later I was going to be in the Philippines. And one thing about being here on Guam, it's only like I think Rudy's out here on Guam, but like a 3 hour and something flight just to get there, So short flight. Once Lynn retires, because she's got another 3-4 years, how many years she wants to work, we're going to be going back and forth, between the Philippines and Guam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Hey,
Well, see,
David,
no, here's a part that's kind of interesting, Calvin. When I
Yeah.
went there, I was meeting a lot of people who had never been in the military, but they heard about the Philippines, so they made various trips over there. And a lot of them just wind up moving back and staying there because they love it. But I'm talking about the Angeles City area and some of the surrounding areas there.
Yeah. Jeff Lay says, how do we contact Dana for a ticket? Now, Dana, give them your information again.
Okay.
You can put it in the chat if you
Yeah,
want
that's
to.
what I'm going to do.
Hey, Ron Scudder, he says, hello, Calvin. A support channel is right. Watching your channel is what inspired me to move to the Philippines. Love your panel personalities, especially Rudy. Rudy's already become a celebrity, man. But it's funny,
Oh, there's
Fred.
Cliff.
I'm going to be honest with you, Fred. I never met anybody who had moved out of the United States and decided to retire somewhere else. It was such it was an out there idea when I was caught up in the rat race and the hamster wheel. I never met anybody. If you would have told me, man, I'm moving out of the United States, I'm going to Guam, to the Philippines, I would have thought you were crazy. But there's many people like that. Now, everybody's trying to get out of there who's got some sense. But did you give them your information, Dana?
Yeah, I'm typing it in right now.
Okay. Now, Rudy, how far do you and Fred live from each other? Where do you live, Rudy?
Yeah.
I live in Davao, Fred. So
Rudy, I'm here in Jigo, so I'm not too far from you. I'm close to Anderson Air Force Base.
oh heck yeah, that's like a 10-15 minute drive for me. That's straight through because of the road that goes down there is barely, they don't have any traffic signals.
I'm 5 minutes away from the gate. That's how close I am to Anderson.
That's real
I'm
close.
still getting a feedback from somebody.
It's not me. I don't have anything on.
Same here.
I have nothing open except for the live.
Okay, I think maybe it was Rudy because he muted himself and it all went out.
Yeah.
No, it's not Rudy.
It's not me. I don't have
Richard
anything. It's not me. I don't have anything on.
Somebody does. He says, hey, Texas, what's your monthly budget?
Including everything here. Yesterday I don't have my damn. Oh, it's in the car. The receipt from yesterday, including all the electric and water and everything. About $1,000 a month, if that.
Yeah.
I don't even. I
Joshua.
can't even remember the last time I reached that.
Yeah, that's
And
a
I
lot of
live
money
in
over here, and people
Yeah.
don't seem to understand that.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money over here, but
yeah, and
remember our
that's
Western thinking.
yeah.
Joshua L says, "Hey Calvin, be wise to
Yeah,
remain.
but that's it. That's
Remind how
including
important
fuel for the vehicles. Yeah,
one's health is." He says Filipino food is not healthy. Well, no, you can't paint that brush across the board. But yeah, they do eat a lot of fried foods here. He said homemade food is the best. Yeah, see
They need to
somebody.
get,
It's
they
one
need
of
to
you
get an
guys.
air
I can see
fryer.
myself.
They need to get an air fryer.
That's
Air
what
fryer?
I got.
Yep.
Fred,
That's me. I have air fryer. I cook it all the
this
time.
question is for you, Fred. Wait, hold on. This question is for you, Fred. Is it true that Guam is building up all the military installation? Come on, guys. Somebody's got something on.
so I only have one open.
It's not Rudy.
I'm gonna make
just
sure it's
the
not
live.
me.
It's
I'm
not
gonna make sure
Rudy.
it's not me.
Because he,
It's not me.
I only have one window open.
okay. It must have been Fred because he cut it off.
I turned my phone off. I don't know what was going on, but I turned it
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it true,
Okay.
Fred, that Guam is building up all the military installation and hiring workers to work on the new Marine base in Guam?
It's true.
What's the cost of living on Guam?
Well, me and Rudy probably. I've been out here since '92. I'm not sure how long Rudy's been out here, but I'll tell you this: it's not cheap. And as I mentioned before, shopping on base has really been better for me because I'm retired military. Instead of trying to shop out in town, because the price of everything has just about skyrocketed. Because most of the products we get in is usually shipped in. So of course, the shipping prices go up, which consequently make our prices a little more expensive here. Even the commissary, I notice, has been a slight price increase on a lot of the goods and stuff that we buy. So if you can think of Hawaii, Guam's like Hawaii. It's expensive to live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
one of
want
my
no part of that.
He just arrived here from Guam. He was stuck. He tried to come over in November for some reason. I don't know who told him to do it. And of course, the Philippines is real strict. They stopped him at the border. Hell, flew him back to Guam. He was there for 3 months, but he, when it opened up, he was able to get here. He said he was paying $3,200 a month for hotel. So
Hey,
that's
Calvin.
a lot.
Calvin, I see this response from Cliff and Rue, and there's a lot of truth to that, but I'd like to say something about that statement. It's all about the dollars and the cents, okay? And for us, the United States knows that we spend money. We don't save money. Minorities can't generally afford to save money. So consequently, they don't want us going outside of this bubble and seeing, oh my goodness, there's an alternative, okay? A better alternative. So, yeah, that's why, we're encouraged to stay in the States.
Yeah. Now, the first part of that is true, but the second part I don't agree with. He says we are not welcomed in the world. That's not true.
No, he said the fear.
No, that's the first part of it. He says, I think we are encouraged to stay in the States through fear. And then he says, we are not welcomed in the world.
No, I think there's no comma after fear. So I think that's running together.
Okay. Through fear, we are not welcomed in the world. Well, I'm missing something, but
So am I.
in other words, in other words, we have this we have this
Yeah,
mindset that we're not
somebody-
wanted
come on,
elsewhere.
guys. I'm gonna have to cut everybody off because we can't continue to go on like this. Somebody has got something on. I don't know what it is.
Calvin, let me make another check because everything I got is off. I turned off my phone.
Yeah.
My phone's not even on the internet. I turned my internet off on this.
My phone's not on.
Okay.
I'm muted here.
My internet.
Less than 5% of
Yeah.
United States residents took a trip overseas. And I mean, this is 2019 when real numbers were there. And I'm not talking about flying to Jamaica and Panama and places like that. I mean like Europe, Africa, Asia, Southeast Asia. Less than 5%, man. Of all the developed countries, we're last in passports. I think the last time I checked, it was 42%. I mean, that's way down there.
Hey, Calvin.
We've got so many things that you can do inside the borders of the United States. That's one thing. You got a lot of choices.
Yeah, but that's no reason to scare us into staying home, Dana.
Yeah, it is because we spend money at home.
Well, that's why we have to think for ourselves. See, once you learn how to think for yourself,
there you go.
Let me see. There's no such thing as Santa Claus. See, you'll start doing stuff like that.
Once you emancipate your mind, then it's a whole different world.
I'm going to get your information and put it on here, Dana, because I can't pull it from. That's what I'm doing now.
Okay.
Calvin, I'm still hearing a lot of background noises too. Like somebody's still on.
Somebody's there.
Oh,
Calvin,
you know,
are
Calvin,
you sure you don't have anything on?
I don't have nothing on.
and
My
I turned
phone is
everything
not
off.
even. I got it off the internet. I turned off my data on this phone, so it's not me.
Yeah, mine is turned off too.
Okay, here's what I'm going to ask y'all to do. I'm going to. Okay. All right. Now, see, it's you, Dana, because Okay. Hello? I muted everybody. So, you see, it's one of y'all. I muted everybody. So, it's one of you three. You got on something. Maybe your wife has something on. Maybe your wife is watching you, Fred.
Is that work?
See? No, it's you, Texas. It's you, Texas.
How? I'm in
I
a
don't
room.
know. Yeah, but the minute that you unmuted, I unmuted you, it started. But that's okay, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do, but some way we gotta fix that.
Calvin, I want to tell you, I was
wait.
watching Cliff and Rue. I see they're building themselves a new house.
Oh yeah. I think they're on like first month or something.
Right. Well, they cracked me up. You know, I mean, I got me some chuckles actually watching this channel.
Now?
I don't hear it anymore.
I don't either.
Yeah. Tony Smith says, I believe it's more common with ex-military to move out the United States. I have lived 5 years in Panama and 5 years in South Korea. My wife is from the Philippines. We will move to Ilocos Norte next year. I think that has a lot to do with what you were you in the military, Texas? Texas is always, were you in the military? Texas, Zoe. Texas. He done did something. He can't even hear me now. Rudy, were you in the military?
No. But
Okay, I
all
unplugged my stereo,
relatives-
so put it back on and see if it's got a delay.
Go ahead, Rudy.
my relatives are all most of my relatives were in the military and so forth. What you call this? Even of course, you know, my ex-wife is in the military.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, we all know that. They wouldn't let you in, Rudy. They said you make a better recruiter than a soldier.
No, actually, I tried to get into the military, but because I had rheumatic heart problems, they wouldn't let me in.
Oh, wow. Brian says, hey, Calvin, all is well. Hope all is well. Do you have any advice about this SPass? Yeah, just go to spass.gov.ph and just open up an account. It's usually your phone number and a password. And then you're going to put in your origination, where you're originating from, and then your destination, your departure and your destination. And then it'll come up and it'll tell you if you need an SPass. If you do, you're going to apply for it. And right now, because everything is Alert 1 or Alert 2, it's going to automatically give you a QR code. It's going to automatically approve you. And then you just keep that on your phone. And if they ask for it, they never ask me for my SPass. But they'll ask me for my vaccination card.
How long is this SPass good for, Calvin?
Well, they're going to ask you how long you're going to be in your destination, in your, where you're going to. So it's going to be 5 days. If you're going from, say, San Carlos City to Dumaguete, and I'm going to be there 3 days, it's going to be good for my 3 days.
Okay, so every destination requires an SPass.
Not all of them. No.
Okay.
Not everyone. The Alert 1, you're not going to need an SPass.
Okay.
But Alert 2 and Alert 3, if anybody's Alert 3, you're going to need one. But you don't need one everywhere.
Okay, got it.
Hey, Calvin, can I address Fred? Fred, I was born here, so yeah, I've been here ever since.
That's a lot of years.
Oh, heck yeah. I've been here ever since my father came here in 1947. So
Wow.
yeah, so he was here when when they started to rebuild Guam and so forth like that. And the person who invited him was AB Wampat, the one
Wow.
who made the one for the airport. So he knows all the old G's that are here on the island. Just say that.
Fred, you said you've been coming back and forth to the Philippines since, what year was the first time you came here?
1976.
Okay, so that's about 36 years. No, 46 years. Have you ever had a confrontation or altercation with a Filipino in all that time?
No.
Never.
There's one thing they always told us. Anytime you would go into a country, you would always observe the rules and customs of that country, because we're visitors there. We're supposed to be the ambassadors, for the United States. And I've always worked around good people. There was no reason to get a confrontation, or if something happened I didn't like. I didn't get in somebody's face about it. I just let it go. Some things you just let go. You pick and you choose your battles. But I'm sorry, Calvin. I did have one confrontation with one lady, and I'll say this on the air. I was at a garage. I was getting my car fixed. I was on the side of the road talking to one of the mechanics. So she come along and wanted to go around, but there was plenty of room because I was off the road. I wasn't on the road, but she didn't like that because I'm standing off to the side. So she got the car and she called me a name, the N-word. She called me the N-word, let's put it that way. And we got into it over that, but she was married to another guy that was in the military. And I guess she had been to the States. She, sometimes they get this attitude, I'm married to somebody white, I'm superior than you. So that was the only confrontation I can remember, you know.
Wow, in 46 years. And that's why the reason I say that Filipinos normally leave you alone, right?
Yes. I mean, I've always treated everybody with respect. You know, I respect the ladies, you know, I respect the guys there and everything else. If you're going to live in the country, then you got to learn something about the country you're going to live in. You know, I mean, I see a lot of blogs out there, guys, talking about this, and
I
this.
disconnected my receiver from the laptop, so unmute it and see.
Yeah. Now you sound like an alien. Go ahead, Fred, finish.
And you know, what I'm saying is, you know, when you go into a country, when you go there for 2 weeks, 2 weeks really doesn't tell you much about the Philippines. See, I lost my train of thought here. Let's see, get back on track here. All I was saying was, when you get there, you know, just respect the people. I made a lot of good friends when I was there. And let me tell you something. If you make good friends there, them friends are going to have your back. You know, your Filipino friends. You know, anything happens, they're going to have your back. You know, I had one lady one time try to take me to court over some fictitious stuff or whatever it was. And I had a good friend who happened to be an attorney. We went to court. It was nothing, because sometimes people would do that, especially when the military bases were there. You know, they go after the military, get them on international hold. You want to leave, you know, you got to pay up. But I didn't say it happened all the time, but that was one of the rare times I can remember, you know, when I had something actually happen to me, you know, not of my own doing.
Yeah. They said, Adam Chenoweth said, Texas is always on a 10-minute delay. But Cat P.I. Food, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, the reason I asked you that, Fred, because I always tell people, I say, hey, you know, the Philippines leaves you alone. And remember, I had Jude Travels on a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And he's catching all kind of hell over there in South Africa. And I was like, man, I don't have that same problem over here in the Philippines. I mean, they really watch his vlogs, and if he says the wrong thing, he went to jail over there, man.
Yeah, I saw when he was on your show. I watched the whole thing. And actually went and looked at a couple of his blogs. But I'll be honest with you, I couldn't live in a country where I would feel like I'm not welcome. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, in the Philippines, you don't talk politics. I don't even really talk it here because I'm not really interested in that. I'm there, you know, to on vacation with my wife, to enjoy ourselves, have a good time, spend time with family, hang out with friends, you know. And I can live there in a heartbeat. I would not have a problem living in the Philippines.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Dana, is your experience with the Philippines just military, or have you been on a personal visit?
No, I work for a chemical corporation, and I was based up in Hong Kong. And in my area of territory, the Philippines was right smack dab in the middle of it. And so you know, that's why I've been to the Philippines so many times. I was going over there once a month for 2 years. So I'd say probably 25 to 30 times that I would be in the Philippines, and always for at least 7 days. And my experience with the Philippines was great. I can't put it any less than great. And if I'd have known what was ahead of me in life at that time, I would be hard pressed to say I would have probably been there since the early 70s. Not early 70s, early 80s.
And I want to tell you, and Fred, by the way, you guys look good to be elder statesmen. I know you guys are around the same age. Y'all take good care of yourself. And I want to give you your flowers while you live. So,
thank you. Thank you very much.
Journey Trials Enjoy, thanks for the super chat. He said, what's your advice if the women you are seeing and you first meet after a month you feel different? Well, you got to move on, man. You know, it's not going to be without some type of pushback. If she lives in Cebu, you can't stay in Cebu, obviously. You're probably going to have to change your Facebook and everything like that. And he says, or do men who are dead set on their girl, is that good? Some people get lucky like that. And I was going to ask you, Fred, about this, about these 2-week marriages. Some of them work, man. Do you know any that's worked out, Fred?
No, because well, see, the thing is, my experience may be different from other people. All the guys that I knew that got married when I was there, they actually have known their girlfriend for a long period of time. And what I usually try to tell guys, get to know the girl first. You heard me say this before. When you come into the Philippines, you already got a hotel you're going to stay at. Go to the hotel. Let the girl come and meet you there. If she wants to bring her friend, I can understand that. I remember I had something happen to me. That's way before I got married, where I want to take a girl out on a date and everything else, so go out of town. And she asked me, "Can I bring my friend?" I say, "Sure." Is she gonna pay her way?
Yeah.
And we heard nothing else about that. I'm not there to provide a good time for your friend. Okay.
That's right. Right.
But the other thing I would say is these guys that get over there after 3 days, 2 weeks, they want to get married. God can be the most successful guy in the world, but one thing that sets in, Calvin, is something called loneliness. Okay, maybe he's back in the States. He can't meet the type of ladies he like to meet. When it's so easy to get to the Philippines and meet somebody, and the first time you meet a Filipino, right away you feel like you're in love. This is the woman for me.
Yeah. I don't get it. Okay, Rudy, when you came over here, okay, you have been chatting your wife, right? Well, Rudy's on some type of important call. He says, hello,
Bitcoin.
Hollywood Baby says, hey, brother Cal, I'm able to catch the live stream tonight, but been watching all the videos. 225 watching, only 77 likes. Let's get the numbers up, guys. Yeah, absolutely. I saw something about the health pass. Here it is. This health pass, guys, if you need it, it's real simple. You're just going to fill out some general information to get in here. Like, okay, when I had to go to Boracay, we needed a health pass. So they asked you to upload your vaccination card, your government ID, your itinerary, like that. And then once you submit it, it's going to generate a health pass with a QR code. And that's really all it is. This stuff is simple to do, but you just have to make sure that you do it. Because if you get over here and you got one thing that you need that you don't need, they're probably going to send you back. But they may help you. They may say, okay, if you need a health pass, go to tourist.boracay PH. But
Calvin.
it's nothing real complicated, guys. Don't make it complicated.
Calvin, you described it exactly the way it is. I'm going to say it takes less than 5 minutes to fill the doggone thing out. But for those who have wondering why they got to do this bit of paperwork, it is so that if there is an outbreak of something, that's why they ask you for your itinerary, so they can track you down to help you if there was an outbreak of something and you didn't even know it.
That's right. It's a contact tracing thing, because remember, the Philippines doesn't have the healthcare infrastructure that the West has.
Exactly.
And one reason that they're being strict with all this travel insurance, COVID insurance, because these little countries have been stuck with high hospital bills where guys get out of the hospital and go back home without paying.
Yeah.
But it's not, let's not make it more than it is. It's really simple. And that's what this channel's for, though. So if you have any questions, you got the guy right here. He's a professional. He knows all about that stuff. And if you don't take advantage of his presence today, it's shame on you. Don't blame us, okay? You got the guy right here in front of you.
Hey, Calvin, how's your weather over there today?
Well, right now the sun is out, but the last couple of days it's been raining real crazy. Um, they call it a low pressure. Is that what you call it? And it's been in the area, but right now it's sunny, man. I've got a full crew out here today working on the guest house. No one showed up yesterday. It was raining so hard. So
Can you see the volcano today?
I haven't looked, but if I can, I'll take a picture of it. Most days I can see it. They said Rudy's on there making deals on the phone. Either that or he's calling Western Union, they said. Transfer over there. Hey, thanks, Danny. He says, road to the Philippines. Thanks for the super chat. He said, hey, Calvin and panel. Sorry I wasn't able to be on your panel last week. I'm spinning on that hamster wheel right now. Been trying to squeeze in 88 hours a week. Wow. 79 days and counting until I see my Filipinos. Man, make sure when you get over here, Danny, that me and my girl will fly down there, whatever, to, because he's in your area, Texas, boy. Danny is. His girlfriend lives in Davao somewhere. He built the house down there.
Hey, Calvin.
Yeah.
I got it for you.
Yeah, just bring that with you. No need to spend $100 to send it through the mail.
Trust me, I'm not.
Yeah. Is the audio better now?
Yeah, it's better, man. They said you're on a 2-week delay.
Yeah, I unplugged the stereo that was hooked up to the laptop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you texted us, you just moved into a big old nice house, didn't you? Texas. He's on a 2-week delay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy just found out that the Bitcoin market dropped.
Oh, wow. Hey, Texas, can you hear me? Texas is on. Can you hear me?
Perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly fine.
So
yeah.
You said you just moved into a nice house.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We like it.
But tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's about 5 minutes, about 5 to 10 minutes in the outskirts of the city, up in the hills over here. Yeah. And it's I needed more space for all my stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how big is the place?
It's a 3-story house. About 300 square meters.
Wow. Your house?
Square meters, yeah. Yeah.
My God, man. What are you doing over there?
The 3 floors, yeah.
You're not a shabu dealer, are you?
No, man. No, bro.
You got a 300 square meter house? Oh,
how many kids do you have?
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you laugh, though, motherfucker. You're laughing over there. I hardly ever see you laugh, man. Nah, we don't. No, bro. No. It's all legit, bro.
How many kids do you have?
Huh?
How many kids do you have?
How many what?
Children.
I have a 2-year-old here. I have a 2-year-old.
So how many live in that big house, Texas?
Yeah.
How many live there?
It's me. It's me, my wife, and our baby, and then my wife's parents to help. So 4 adults and
wow.
a baby. Yeah.
That's plenty of room, man. Hell. Hey, Spence, Echoes. Yeah. Thanks for that super sticker.
You know, if any of you guys ever come to visit here, yeah.
If any of you ever
is here in Davao, Yeah, the whole third floor is for the guests. Yeah,
Cool.
for real.
Yeah. How big is your house, Fred?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't mind telling us.
If
The one I got here or the one in the Philippines?
No, the one you got in Guam.
See, I'm trying to think. With the additions I put on it, gee, I'm trying to think now. When I first got it, it was like over 1,600 something square feet, but it's probably over 2,000 something square feet now because I got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I closed my carport in, so it's like a studio / man cave. I added a separate kitchen home to the house, to that room, so somebody could be over there and be self-sufficient. They don't have to come to the main house.
Wow.
And right now I'm putting a carport on so I can have a place to park our vehicles. So they're building that right now. So, I mean, it's a nice size house. I mean, for Guam, it's a good size. I didn't want 2-story. I like 1 story. There's plenty of room here.
It's just you and Lynn.
Yeah, because the boys are gone, so just us.
yeah.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Road to the Philippines says, I'll be heading out on May 17th to June 18th. Irene and my place is in the province area of Matineo in the Davao del Sur area next to Dago City. You know where that is, Texas?
It's about 2 hours south of me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Calvin, do you know the name of the island that black man in the village is living on?
He lives on Lady, but he lives somewhere in Lady. And I want to invite him, man, but if you think Texas Sozoy's Wi-Fi is bad,
Yeah, I know.
black man in the village, hell, we got to put him on the panel next week in order for us to communicate with him. It's super slow. And, you know, that's what I told him.
We're gonna have to put him on cable.
Yeah, or something.
Hey, you know something I'm always curious about, because I don't know anything about Davao or any of those areas, because I'm more familiar with Pampanga, you know, because I was stationed there. But what do you guys do as far as hospital care? Is there a big hospital somewhere nearby? That's one of the things I look at as a retiree. Is there a good medical facility or a hospital I can go to?
Well, you got to ask him that question in 2 days, Fred.
I'm gonna go inside.
You got that big fancy house and your Wi-Fi is like 4th world. You got a 4th world Wi-Fi, dude. Okay, Jerry Courtney, thank you. He said, "What's up, Calvin? I'm the one that told you about JRC Immigration Services a long time ago. I tell you what, if you're in Dumaguete or Cebu or wherever they got an office and you need help with any type of immigration services, and they're not paying me for this endorsement. I've dealt with them. They're doing my motion for reconsideration. Man, they're good, man. They roll out the red carpet. You don't have to do anything once you pay them the fee. And if I were you from now, let me tell you how goofy I've been in my almost 13 years on and off here. I used to go to immigration by myself until I went to them and they said, hell, we'll do it for you for 300 pesos. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to do any of that stuff.
Is this plugged into the modem?
You got a whole day back.
That's right. And there's a lot of guys over here that do that. And I was looking at them like, well, why would you do that? Because I got spoiled, Dana. I was in Zamboanga City where you just walk in, nobody's in there. Because, of course, you're down in Zamboanga.
Yeah.
Or you go to Clothing. See, you don't need a service there, but here in Bacala, Dumaguete, Cebu, Manila, you need a service, man. Don't go in there by yourself. You're going to be there all day.
Man, I can just imagine the look on your face when you figured that out.
Oh, man. What are you talking about? I didn't even. It never even crossed my mind to hire them to do that.
But
But
see, that's another example of why this community is so great. Okay, that's useful information.
I will tell you this: if you're doing the K1 visa, guys, you don't need that. You don't need to spend that money. That you're gonna give them, I think, $500, and then you gotta pay to apply. Right now, it's went up. It's like $425 just to apply for the I-129. Because you can go on Facebook, join that K1 visa group, and they'll take you line by line through the whole process. That's what I did.
Put this light over here. This light right here.
Well, once I get settled after a couple of visits, I'm not planning on coming back.
Is it better now?
You could run your business from here, Dana.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Heavy delay, honey.
But you need to live in a good place where you got a good Wi-Fi.
Texas.
What?
You're okay now. You're back in the metaverse.
No. I came inside the house. I was in the hobby room on the other side of the house.
Oh, yeah, that's why you were so, you were.
Well, because the walls are so thick. I guess it was slowing it down, I guess.
Could
Exactly.
be.
Yeah. Brian Treshman says, I don't think I would tell her I'm not getting the K1 over a couple of hundred more.
And then turn the lights off in there.
Well,
So it's better? Is it better?
Yes, it's better now.
Yeah. All right.
That's what problem was over there. But look, I want to reiterate something, guys. I'm not discouraging you from coming over here and getting married. But a support group says, share our experiences so that we can help people going through the same situation. I would get to know the woman. Is there anybody over here on this panel that disagrees with that?
No.
Get to know the lady first.
Know her first.
Get the visa and do all that other stuff.
Calvin, listen.
Thank you.
These guys over here in the United States, they're not going, even in the United States, in this culture, they're not going to meet a woman and marry her in 2 weeks. So how insane is it to go into halfway across the planet and meet a woman with a different culture, okay, and marry her in 2 weeks? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I'm going to tell you what happens.
Thank you.
Guys come halfway across the world to go to the Philippines. A Filipino woman to treat you like you've never been treated before. So naturally, the guy's going to react differently than he would react if he was back in the States because he never get that type of treatment. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story. This comes from when I was still active duty. I was at Clark. So we had a guy that came out ahead of his family because his wife didn't want to come go to the Philippines. She wanted to come later, whatever it was. By the time she got to the Philippines, and she was fine looking, don't get me wrong, fine looking sister and all that. He wound up divorcing her because he went over there, and this Filipino lady put him on a pedestal and worshiped him. Okay, where he wasn't getting that when he was back in the States because he had his wife on a pedestal.
Got that?
So anybody come over there and somebody come for 2 weeks after if they want to get married, you got to understand why they feel that way.
What?
I'm not saying you should get married, but that's why you feel that way.
Well, I understand that.
Pink.
Both?
No, just only one. The one who.
The spray?
Yeah, the spray.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I hear what you're saying, Fred. But here's when I did that video, I said, don't bring this to the Philippines.
Sure.
I said, don't bring your wife or girlfriend. But then in the same sentence, I said,
yep.
And if you've got a wife or girlfriend back home, if you come over here and you get what's waiting for you over here, you're not going to want what's waiting for you at home.
That's
I've seen
right.
it happen
That's
before.
true. That's
Too
true.
many times. But after the dust settles, Fred, all that good treatment you got, That's when you should, when your faculties is right again. Remember? Because
Yes.
you're not thinking straight. You excited.
Let me say this. After my tour in Hong Kong and going back and forth to the Philippines so many times, when I came back to the United States, I ran into a woman that I ultimately married that was Chinese. And let me be the first to admit that my experiences in the Philippines made me marry this woman, okay? Not realizing the huge cultural differences between a Filipino and a Chinese lady. And, you know, it's like, let me tell you, Filipino women are so special.
No.
You know, they're the best as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, to see.
I agree. That's right.
I got this, and I didn't.
That's right.
I didn't get married in 2 weeks.
Of course not. I mean,
guys, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. So the last time I was on your blog, Kel, remember I was relaxed. You know, I have my tank top on, the whole 9 yards. So Lynn said, if I'm going to appear today, I better put a shirt on because I'm not going to be out there representing her looking the way I look because people are going to think she's not taking care of me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Rudy, they want to hear your love story from the time you came over here with your girlfriend, with your ex.
Oh, my ex? Yeah.
Let's hear that love story.
What you call this? I went down there to the Philippines just for a vacation, and then I got introduced to my ex, who lives in Vegan, and so I got to know her and everything else. And then when I left for Guam and everything, we start to go to know each other and so forth. So after 2 years of knowing each other and going back and forth, I filed for a K1 visa, and Fred, I did it by myself.
Yeah. Let me ask you something real quick. Let me stop you. You said
Okay.
when you came over here and you got introduced to her and y'all got you start knowing each other. Does that mean you got intimate, or you were the
No.
did you ask for it, Rudy, or not?
No,
You didn't?
no, did not.
Wow. What happened?
And so, no, we just I wanted to do it the right way because all the other ones that I went to, the first night, no problem. But I tried to do the right. I tried to do it the right way, get to know her and so forth. So I got to know her and everything else. And that's when I decided to pop after 2 years of stuff, I decided to pop the question.
So
she got to know you,
Rudy. Listen, Rudy. Save the romance for France.
There you go.
You know, when you get over here, we're not in Paris. You're not. There's no Eiffel Tower over here. You should have hit that and drank some of that free milk. You bought everything, and then she ended up.
Hey, but
I'd
like to add to that, Calvin, to reiterate on the as far as the online dating and everything. The other night, Calvin, I sent you a picture of my wife and I taking another couple out to dinner. The couple that's on the picture, they got married online.
What?
Yeah, they got married online. Yeah, they got married online, and they're actually living in our gated subdivision here, and they seem to be fine. Yeah, they get along.
Yeah, but how long have they been together though?
I think that guy told me like they were like talking online for like 3 months, man, and apparently they clicked, and his business and her business was some kind of an online agency thing, and they clicked and they joined forces. They got married and they're here living with us in the same neighborhood, and they're perfectly fine.
Yeah, but see, he's still on his honeymoon. He's still on his honeymoon, Texas.
Huh?
He's still on his honeymoon. You can't say whether it's going to work out or not.
Hey, Calvin, my wife's Shopee is here, so I got to get some money. Wait.
Okay.
Honey. I know Bisaya, so ato ka diri sa pultahan, ha? Hey.
Yeah.
What was that?
No, I was saying that she probably the wheels start turning in her mind when you didn't try to hit it the first night.
Oh, Rudy, yeah.
She probably said, "Yeah, I got me one here."
Beta man, beta man,
Yeah.
beta man.
So let me ask you something, Rudy. Did you think you made the right decision by not going to bed with her while you were here?
Oh, you have enough there? Oh, that's so cute. Let me see.
For my point of view,
So
yeah.
cute.
I mean, I just
You put it in a bag.
I didn't feel like it. What you call it at the time because of the fact that, like I said, she was, she what you call it was the right thing to do at the specific time. But all the other girls, that I did with, yeah, I mean, I slept with them and everything the first night and so forth like that. It was like wow, but then after that, when I found out it was that easy to sleep with them, this one just didn't seem like I shouldn't.
So, how tall are you, Rudy? By the way, I forgot you told me.
5'4".
Okay, yeah, so his wife ended up leaving him for a black man, 6'2".
Come here.
And Rudy, but here's the crazy thing about this
Say hello.
Rudy
Say hello
sent
to
me
Uncle
the
Calvin.
picture of the guy. And I'm like, I don't want to see this guy. Why are you sending me the picture?
and he's tall. He's tall. And she's only 5'2".
What's his shoes? Hey, Rudy, what's his shoe size?
Oh shit, I don't know, but he's big. I know that for sure.
Say hello to everybody.
Calvin, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey, that's Texas. Is that your little girl, Texas?
Yeah. She just woke up.
Are you gonna have any more?
She just woke up.
Hey, let me ask you something. Do people think you're Filipino, Texas?
Huh?
Do people ever think that you're Filipino?
Sometimes. Say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Yeah, so Rudy,
So
okay, so how long were you together with your wife before you got the divorce?
Really?
She started, we were
Go to mommy.
for 10 years.
Go to mommy. Come here, mommy.
How many?
10 years.
10
Say,
years.
come on. Where's mommy? Where's my breakfast?
So you really had a real marriage then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, 10 years.
Rudy, how old was she when you married her?
But is it already power?
19.
So she was 29 when she went into the military?
No, she went into the military. She was only in the military for 4 years before. 4 years before she divorced me.
Oh,
Okay.
But was she stationed anywhere near you? How did that work? I don't understand.
No.
It was a base across the street.
Remember now, you have to go for training in the Air Force in in Texas. Yeah. And so what happens is that, so I went down there for the graduation and so forth. And then later on, she had to go for training. And then after that, her first duty station was in Arizona.
So you sent her to a dick farm. That's what you did. And then you think that your marriage was gonna work out.
I thought.
Okay, here's Belizean Edwin says, hey Calvin, did you see that video with Gerard? He was talking about this guy that was sending his girlfriend $500 every month, and he shows up to her house and she doesn't want anything to do with him. Well, hell, that's
stupid
term over here. That's the reason I tell you don't be sending money over here until you get to know her, and she's who she says she is. Did you ever send money, Fred? I'd like to hear that from you.
No, I was stationed here when I met my wife. So
okay.
So I dated her for 2 years before we got married.
Hey,
and the conversation you had earlier, every time we went out, we always had a chaperone because back in the days, a lot of the ladies came from what do you want to call it? Rudy know what I'm talking about. daughters do not go out unless they chaperone by another family member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then see, Lynn was working. I never had to give Lynn anything.
answer
Our whole
this for
family
a
was
lot
working.
of guys. How difficult is it, or is it difficult to meet a Filipina in person? Is it difficult, Fred?
No,
No, it's not.
hell no.
No, it's real. Hey, Calvin, the proper procedure is, hello, my name is whatever your name is.
Hello.
Do you have a cinnabar?
Yes.
May I
Okay,
see your
okay.
cinnabar, please?
He says, okay, the women are good. What else do the Philippines have to offer? Well, hell, we could talk about this all day. But what appeals to me, Fred, and you know this firsthand, and Rudy, is the low cost of living over here. You know, my cost to live over here goes to number one. If I have a list of 10 things, John, the woman is number 10. Not because she's not important, but because of my priority right here. She's not a priority. Number one, the number one thing that gave me stress in America was not women. It was my bills coming in every month.
I'm always on time. That's my point.
Once that money problem was lifted off her shoulders, it was like I could fly over here, Dana.
Okay.
Where's that receipt?
Calvin, let me say this, because remember what you call, I have cousins and relatives in the province, and also I have cousin relatives that live in the city, and especially that I used to have a house in Magallanes Village with my relatives. The difference on price range for the power and water is way different. way different.
What are you showing us, Texas? What is that?
5,000 pesos.
This was the bill that I paid yesterday on this 5-bedroom, 3-story house. $100 for my electric, and we run 4 AC units.
Oh, wow.
$100.
Okay, this guy says he did everything right and was still scammed. Visit twice, meet the family, the whole nine. Yeah, something that was a red flag that you must have missed, buddy. And I hate you missed something.
But he said he only went there twice. Going there twice is really not enough time to know everything. It depends on how long did he stay each time that he went.
Exactly. That's not enough, man. You know, I guess he's saying, well, I didn't go, I didn't, commit the first time. Well, committing the second time is no different than committing the first time, believe it or not. You got to get to, it's the steep learning curve. Is it a steep learning curve over here, Fred?
Yes, it is.
It's
like, I'll be honest, when I met my wife, I don't know, because I mentioned I had been in a real bad marriage before, and I was kind of leery, because I got to thinking all women were the same. All they wanted was their passport to the States. But as I got to know my wife more, then I finally got a chance to meet her family. To be honest with her father didn't like me, okay? Not because I was a bad guy, because he worked on the base. He saw how the military was when he came to meet these ladies. And he's going to make sure nothing is going to happen to his daughter. So that's why we went somewhere. Somebody was with us all the time, okay? I think the only time we ever had a chance to be alone, and really wasn't alone, was on base when we go to the club to eat lunch. That was about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, that's why I like you on here, Fred, because you bear witness to a lot of the things I've said. We think that basically, I mean, there's enough women over here who want a foreigner that all you have to do is show, take a bath, get on the plane, come to the Philippines, go to your hotel, take a bath, and come outside. Yeah, there's women who would jump on you like that. But for the most part, Filipinos aren't that easy, right? You got a real one, you got to court her and date her.
And that's what I did. It was kind of funny, Kelvin. I would go out to the house, I would see her, and Rudy may be familiar with this. So I'm sitting on one corner, her parents are sitting on the other side, and my wife is sitting over there. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to have a conversation. So even when they got up and left the room, somebody was always listening. Okay. So when we went on a date, I would have to park the car. You don't blow the horn now. You go inside, you get my girlfriend at the time and her chaperone, and you go where you're going. When you come home, when you bring her back, you get out of the car, you go back into the house again to greet the family, sit for a few, and then you leave.
Yeah.
I did this for 2 years.
But see, you're a gentleman, Fred. I'm not. All right. Here's what happened to me when I met the girl and we went to her province, and they said, okay, y'all sleep in that room. We're going to sleep in this room. Even though I could see through the damn wall, I still hit it. I was like, I don't care.
Well, like I said, in my case, like when I was there, that's when a lot of the old ways I was telling you about, because Philippines changed a lot over the years. Girls you thought, or women you thought you could never meet, you can meet now. Okay, the ones that came from the proper families, you could never meet before.
You horny told you.
I just showed up. I went like this. Hey, Rock, what's up? He said, Rock, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Calvin? Looking to visit in April to check on our house. And Rock is getting a house built not far from me, about an hour from me. And letting Rock Engineering do it. But let me tell you, Rock is like you, Fred. He met his girlfriend over here. I don't know if they're married or not, but she's beautiful, man. She was because guys come on here, they say, oh, well, you can't meet the flight attendants and all that. Well, his wife is a flight attendant.
There you go.
You can, guys, but we bring that thinking over from America. We're intimidated by beauty. Beauty scares the crap out of us.
Calvin, I gotta say this, okay? These guys, most of them have a divorce in common. They get beat up so badly by divorce over here in the United States that they're almost emasculated, okay? And then they see your channel and other channels say, come on over to the Philippines and get reborn again. And when they get there, that's why they go crazy. That's why they want to marry a woman in 2 weeks, because they've gone through the Western marriage experience of divorce, and they're so beat down. They can't believe they're like this is heaven. This is heaven. They lose their mind.
But here's how the support group helps people like that, Dana. We've been here before. We've had everything that they're getting. We're saying, look, the dust is going to settle. And when it settles, you're going to be across the table from somebody, some young, beautiful woman that you have nothing in common with. So before you pull the trigger, you've already pulled the one trigger. Don't empty the damn gun. Understand? Because the dust is going to settle, Fred. It's going to get quiet, and you're going to see it for what it is. And you're going to be like, well, maybe I'm not ready to get married yet.
Yeah. Or maybe once you meet her, maybe she's not meets your expectations.
Oh, yeah.
She might have feet like Godzilla. I don't know. Who knows?
This is obviously a troll that we need to get off of here, because where all the white boys? Well, I sent them. This is an all-inclusive channel, man. I won't even address it. And anybody that follows me knows that. And just change the channel, man. But I don't think, the last time I checked, Texas Zoe wasn't black.
Yeah, I mean, but you've also had your neighbor here. He was a white guy. What's that guy's name? Lena or Dana?
Yeah, Moonshine Shoulders. My number one guy was white, but we don't address that stuff. He's a troll that somehow slipped through here today, because I don't think I got any moderators on here today.
Rudy ain't black. What the hell?
I'm brown, man. I'm brown.
I'm
You
brown
guys
and
are
proud,
what?
bro. Brown and
I
proud,
look-
shit. I'm
oh,
brown
look,
and proud.
I have white hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy is Rudy's a Filipino.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You gotta
Hey,
have.
hey, the one thing I will address on here is that if more than 10 out of 10, more than likely, if you ever met a Filipina, she's gonna want babies, man. She's gonna want kids, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's
You
right
better-
about that.
Absolutely.
You better bring your A game over here, bro.
You bring your A game and a box of fresh condoms.
Yeah, because if you can't get them kids, man, I don't know what the hell you're gonna do.
Yeah, you bring your A game and a box of fresh
Yeah.
condoms.
Yeah.
What did you say,
Yeah.
Calvin? You breathe on them, they'll get pregnant?
If you
Oh,
blow
yeah.
on them, they're gonna get pregnant, man. You better
Yeah, they
come
will.
over here.
Look what happened to me.
Yeah, they told me that I couldn't have kids anymore, and
Must
I
be
came
that
over
water,
here
man.
and had 3 of
Yeah.
them. It's crazy.
You were just using the wrong ammunition, Calvin.
Well, you know, Calvin, I listen to what the guys always say, and I still say when you go to the Philippines, you're going to have a good time. You know, if
Yeah.
you're going to run by the clubs, whatever it is that you want to do. And a lot of times, you know, when you meet a lady, you know, once the sex is over, what do you have in common? Can you talk
Exactly.
about stuff? What is she thinking about? What are her goals? Okay. And if
Yeah.
you do have a girl that's already working, I said this before, let her work. You know, if you want to live there and want to quit a job, you want to take care of her, that's entirely up to you. But when the whole family moves into your place, don't complain about nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
Because by her working, she was sending money to her family, and you told her she didn't
Yep.
have to work anymore, which means you take over
That's
whatever
right.
responsibility that
That's-
she has. Okay?
That's part of the culture. Okay, that's part of learning the culture, is understanding it, her responsibility to her family.
But you got to realize most guys that come there don't know the culture. All they know is some of the stuff that they see. I go to the Philippines, I can run around, have a good time, and they don't take time to learn the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't read the Filipino handbook.
No, they don't. They go there, they're having a good time. Remember, I was there a lot of years. I learned. That's because I was there. You know, some things I may have learned the hard way, but I learned, and I paid attention, and I observed. Okay.
See, what you
And
were talking
therefore
about,
you
Fred,
were smart.
is what you were talking about, Fred, is when the dust settles.
Yes.
See, after the sex, then what? What's left, guys? You know, because you're not going to let the average, and I don't care who you are, you can
Right.
brag on her about being a Superman, or you can take some chemicals, but the average length before a man reaches orgasm is 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so then what?
Calvin, time out. Go back to that picture. Are you in a suit?
What am I wearing?
I just saw a picture of you and you were wearing a suit.
Yeah, that was I'm a retired insurance agent.
Well, I was getting ready to say, and I don't think that was probably taken in the Philippines.
Oh no, that's on my porch at home.
Okay.
You're not gonna wear that over here. But one thing Fred said is something I said a long time ago. One of the mistakes we make, especially when we come over here, is this. If the girl has a job, we make her quit her job. And now all of a sudden, she has all this time on her hands. She don't know what to do with it. She's used to being at work. She's gonna, man, henpeck the hell out of you. You don't want that. If you come over here, she's got a job, let her keep her job, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Then that way, when she's at work, you can be roaming around, having, not fooling around and stuff, but because I'm going to tell you, it gets old after a while. Okay? But here's Dana's email, guys. They asking me for it, Dana.
Okay.
Hey, Dana.
No problem.
Captain Billy Jack, thanks for the super chat. He said, Calvin, how many condoms can I fit in a ballot buying box? He said, thumbs up, guys. Greetings from Chicago. How many can get in there? I don't know. my buddies from Japan sent me, man. They sent me a nice box. I mean, these condoms have to be expensive, man. They sent me like it's just one box, but it's got like 6 different kinds of condoms in there. But here's the problem. My girlfriend don't like them. She said she don't like the way they feel and all that. Okay, so
Give her an extra glass of wine, Calvin.
that's all I'm gonna do. Something, but the reason I say that, Dana, is because I was telling guys on my last live stream that he was asking about condoms, and I said, "Well, it's going to be your responsibility because she's not going to require you to wear them."
Yeah.
But if I were you, I would.
At least for the first year.
Thanks for that super chat. He said, "Good morning, fellas. Been busy, bro."
You know, here's the part kind of interesting. I've never seen a lot of you guys' older blogs, but how did you know when you met your ladies, they were the right lady for you? How did you know that?
Screening.
Well, I know. I'm gonna tell you, you can screen as much as you want to screen, you know, but unless you spend a lot of time getting to know them, how did you know they were the right ones? Calvin spent a lot of time in the
until you get face to face.
You know.
Yeah, you got to spend that old.
As Calvin likes to say, it's a long-term conversation until you get face to face.
That's right. Fred is exactly right, but he's an OG, man. That's why I like him on the channel. You got to spend time with these women, man. This old, I just have a feeling she's the right one. That don't work over here, man. That does not work over here, guys. I promise you it don't. They said, does Fred have a channel? You need a channel, Fred.
You know, actually, it's more fun to be on your channel.
I know. You don't have to worry about the trolls and stuff.
You know, I can let you worry about all of that.
Yeah, I like you on her, Fred, because, man, you got so much just common sense, man. It's crazy.
Well, I sit down and listen to stuff, you know, because, I mean, spend a lot of time, you know, in the Pacific, between Thailand, Korea, and the Philippines. That was my whole military career. And then you always have people ask you, why don't you go England? Why don't you go Panama? I try to get to Taiwan, I could never get there. But then when I found a place that I like, I said, I'm going to stay right here. And that's why I spent all my time out here. Went back to States briefly for 3 years. And I moved out here to Guam. Been here ever since, you know. And I like it because I can go back and forth. You know, and hopefully I get a chance to meet you guys. I'm really interested in Davao. I keep hearing about that place. I'd be wondering why do a lot of people settle there? You know, it must be something special going on there.
Hey, Texas, we're going to have to hit Jack's Ridge and have a big party.
Let's do it, bro. We're here, man. We'll do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There you go.
I visited Davao.
Dana wants to go to Jack Ridge.
I visited Davao in 2010.
Right.
And at that time, it was the 7th safest city in the world, but also it's very clean.
Yes.
Okay, when I got in the taxi drivers were apologizing for the taxi drivers in Manila. This is a true story.
Wow.
Yeah.
The city of law and order. But when I was there, Duterte was the mayor.
Okay.
See, his daughter's the mayor now. But when I went there, that's why they're there, Fred. Because it's safe.
And then what's about to happen is that her little brother is gonna take over her spot because she's running for vice president. That's right.
So when you guys go to these different, so the reason you wind up living where you live at is because of the lady that you met?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the smart thing to do. Guys say, oh man, you think it's a good idea to live near your wife's family? Absolutely. Because they're going to make her happy. You don't want to move her way far. You don't want an unhappy Filipino on
you don't want to isolate them from their people. My wife's family lives about 15 minutes from us, and they've got their own land over there and all that stuff. And but at the same time, she don't have no. I mean, I've always helped them as if I can, and whenever they need it. But she don't have 1,000 cousins, man, coming over here and harassing us every day, bro.
Right.
That's right. And you
That's
got
real.
to.
How often do they come by to visit?
Oh no, her parents, her dad, and sometimes her mom, but her dad lives here all the time to help us with the baby and cook and everything, and he'll
Right.
walk her in strollers and everything. But her brother is in college, and she's only got one brother. She doesn't have 15 brothers. So
Okay.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying, bro? So
even
yeah,
if she did,
That worked out.
I think
yeah,
that's a. But see, Dana, I think that's the Filipinos get a bad rap for this. I'm telling you
yeah,
from
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
experience,
Yes.
they families don't ask you for money. If you
yeah.
get a woman whose family asks you for money, you're with the wrong woman because the fruit
That's a
don't
red
fall
flag.
too far from the tree.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I've never been. I've
that's
been
not
dealing
why I
with
was
three
that's
families
not why I
over it.
was saying that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
It's
I know.
not
No. I'm saying it to let guys know in the
okay.
audience.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
hear
yeah.
that, the Filipinos have a rep. What about your wife's family, Fred? Did they ask you for money?
Never.
Never.
Well,
What
I'm
about,
going to tell you a
I'm going
story.
to ask
I
you, but me
want to tell you
neither.
one story
I know they
that,
asked you.
Kelvin, I'm going to tell you one story that really made me decide I'm going to marry my wife. So she came to me one time. She asked me for $200 because the brother was going out to sea. You got to pay everything up front. It was unexpectedly, okay? So I got to thinking. I said, once I give her this money, I'll probably never see it again. So I went on and gave it to her. And so when I gave her the money, she gives me this title. I said, what's this? She said, my dad said to give this to you, a title to our house until we pay you back. I said, no, go and
Wow.
keep your title. So a month later, when I saw her, she gave me the whole $200 back. So I got to thinking, I met her family, I've been with her. I said, shoot, I knew I loved her. I said, this is the woman for me. And here we are
Yeah.
over 33 years later. Okay.
There you go.
I have no
Hey,
complaints.
I
All
want to
right.
give a shout out to Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience. Look, guys, let's support Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience.
Yes,
He really
yes,
has a good channel, guys, but it's different from mine and different
Yes.
from a lot of other channels where he's showing you around the Philippines.
Yes.
Remember, you always tell me to do stuff like that, and I say, well, there's enough channels to do that. His is one of them.
Well,
This
he does
guy's
do
got,
that. I will tell you that. He does.
yeah,
The only
he's
thing
got
is,
great.
I don't know when they usually get the live chats because I chat with them a few times and I really like talking to you, but I seem to miss their live chats all the time.
Yeah, he's got good videos, though. I mean,
Yeah, he does.
like me, my videos are unscripted, they're raw, but he edits his videos. He's got great equipment. Let's give this guy some. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna learn some stuff, especially you guys who thinking about Dumageddon. See, he lives in Dumageddon, and he does all his videos in and around Dumageddon. I don't know if there's another other than even though old dog, new tricks. Paul, he lives down there and has a great following. I don't think he goes around as much as Pumpkin Joe.
yeah.
Shows you
That's
like
right. Yeah, that's right.
so give him some because he's not going to say booty on his channel. He's not going to talk about anything like that.
Yeah,
And you
we, we,
guys,
we like booty.
I know. That's what I told him. That's one of the reasons
You know,
why,
I will tell you now, my wife, man, bless her heart, bro, because I'm telling you right now, bro, my wife, she goes, honey, you ain't blind yet, so you can look as long as you don't touch.
well, that's what my girlfriend told me yesterday, believe it or
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
because they know you cannot go 5 feet without seeing somebody.
yeah,
So she said,
yeah.
it's okay for you to look at booty, but just don't start a
Nothing wrong with that,
relationship.
bro.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
and the
hell, I
thing,
She
do my
knows I
sunglasses
admire
with
the
that.
beautiful
No,
God's
no.
creations, bro.
No. Let me tell you guys something. Now, here's what you really need to be doing, okay? Look, we all going to admire, good behind when we see one, okay? But what you do is you don't let your wife know you're looking. You let her suggest, hey, did you see that? No, I didn't see it. She's
Yeah,
already given you permission to look, okay?
yeah,
If you start
Yeah.
looking on your own, oh, why are you looking at
look,
that girl?
you guys
Okay?
are already in strong, secure relationships. So those women know they got nothing to worry about with you guys.
correct.
Well, the thing is, just
No,
because
no,
no,
that's
let me tell you something. Just
that's
because
the
you're in a strong
opposite.
relationship, don't mean you don't look. You ain't dead, okay?
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly,
All right.
bro.
But the thing is, you got a good relationship, but you look without looking. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay.
I love
Let
it.
her suggest that you look. Okay.
You're the
Then
best.
when you look,
The
You
more
know?
you're in a relationship, the more they know the good thing they got, Dana.
yes,
They
Yes.
get insecure.
It's very true.
yeah,
They're very insecure, man. I'm gonna tell you that now. You can't be with them long enough, and then they're not, saying, "Okay, go on out there." They're insecure. My girlfriend thinks that I'm gonna leave any day now. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere.
look,
I gotta
Calvin,
tell her I
agree
love
with you.
her
Yeah,
every day
yeah.
and reassure her every single day because we have a reputation over here as
Yeah.
being, womanizers, man. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Did she date a foreigner before she met you, Calvin?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be here. That's my rule number one.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care
It's
what kind
frozen.
of professional
Yeah.
degree
Dana.
There
you
you
got.
go.
Dana,
If
as
you
far
had
as
another
I'm
swinging
mine,
dick,
Dana.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
if you had another swinging dick, I don't want you. I'm sorry. If Tom,
Well,
Dick, or Harry's been here, the hell with that.
well, my long distance conversation was a widow for about 3 weeks when I met her. So,
Wow.
and she was married to a Filipino. So,
Yeah.
Hey, Dana.
yeah.
I have never messed with a widow, a divorcee, a single mom, or none of that, bro.
Well, that's
There's
good.
so many, man.
I understand that.
It's
Okay.
it's just to rule out all the dramatic things that come with it, bro.
Well,
Let me ask
I'm
you,
not
Rudy.
necessarily going to agree with all of that because you can still meet somebody as a widow that want to make you an excellent wife.
Oh,
I had a friend
I'm sure,
who
yeah,
did that, and there's always an exception to the rules.
yeah. But
Rules that say,
it was an
but
option.
she
It
was a
was
good
an
lady.
option that I did not want to
Yeah.
entertain.
And each to their own. Whatever is that they
Correct.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But know what
Exactly.
you want, guys, over here. You
I want
gotta
my
have a
garden
script.
fresh.
You got to have a script because the Filipina, that's why she's able to trump us with that pair of douches. The Filipina knows what she wants. We don't. We come over here, we all over the place.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Get your ass over
What is it, Calvin? Blinded by the light?
Oh, yeah. Now, let me ask you, Rudy, I want to ask you this question. Did your wife's family ever ask for any help?
I'm doing this.
No,
What
not until what you call this. But if they did, her wife's family always asked her for help, but they never asked me for any help.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, was this after she got into the military or what?
No, when she was here already, when I got her here after the K-1 visa and so forth like that, right?
Yeah.
When the brothers would ask her directly because her two older brothers are working and so forth. Actually, the second older brother is now in Australia as a welder. He got a position over there, and then the youngest brother is needed money to go into the Philippine National Police. So they asked her directly, and now he is a Philippine National Police in Vegan. But they never asked me directly.
Right, but that's asking you directly because she don't have any money.
I helped her get a job. And so when she finally got the job, she directly gave the brothers money for whatever they need. She never asked me for anything.
Yeah. Well, as long as she's got a job, but
yeah. As soon as she got here, right? And we got married after 1 month. It kicked in where I already filed all the paperwork, and that she could find a job already once the what you might call change of status happened, and she found herself a job.
Yeah, now this is AC King is on to something here. You never know who you're gonna love, and it could be somebody who you would never expect. Okay, but everybody's got standards, Fred.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Everybody's got standards. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
And you gotta have some kind of standards. If you just come over here and just, you loosey goosey and you
No way. Ain't no in hell I was gonna settle for what was gonna be what everybody else wanted. I had my own specific what I was looking for.
Okay. He's going to General Santos. I think that is where all the Miss Philippines that compete in Miss Universe seem to come from. Well, actually, they come from all over. But I can tell you, just my experience, Mindanao, if you like a voluptuous woman with, boom, 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 TNA and all that, more than likely it's in Mindanao, because my soon-to-be ex-wife, she was 36, 26, 36 when I met her. And she only weighed 100 pounds, Fred.
Wow.
She's from Zamboanga City. So, yeah, if you're looking for that boom, boom, that you probably want to go down south.
Sorry, I got your phone number.
Do you drink, Fred?
No, I don't.
What about you, Texas?
Say what?
Do you drink?
No.
What about you, Rudy? Do you drink?
On occasion, I drink. On occasion only, I for parties and so forth. I drink. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, but what do you drink? He's asking.
Oh, what do I drink? I drink like vodka.
Okay, what kind of vodka?
Damn.
What you call this? The Russian kind.
Uh-oh.
Was it Smirnoff?
Smirnoff?
Yeah, Smirnoff. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the expensive kind. Right.
I got used to it because of the fact that my military friends kept on giving it to me, so I got used to it.
Cal Devin will be here next week, he said. Now, he's not that far from me. He's about 3 hours from me. 2 hours on the bus, then 1 hour on the ferry. And if you come to the Philippines, if you've never been to Iloilo City, this is something that we miss out on, man. It's really nice there.
Yeah, I'm planning to visit there when I come.
It's really nice. I promise you, man, I'm not just saying this. You can go in certain parts of Iloilo and you'll think you're in a western city somewhere. Because it's clean. It's one of the top, it's one of the cleanest cities in the Philippines, too.
Hey, what's the name of that farm that's just north of Iloilo that has all the steps that lead up to heaven?
Yeah, I've been there before. I can't think. It starts with a G. We went there. We were staying in Miagal, Iloilo, maybe only like 20 minutes from there, Dana. If you go there, you have to go to this place. I think I counted the steps. I think it's 700 steps I walked up.
Okay, so it's a good cardiovascular workout.
Oh, yeah, and then when you get up there, man, it's like, it shows you that the Philippines is different from any other place you ever been to, because when I was there, I was like, who would spend all this money to create this heaven in the middle of nowhere, by the way? It's there. It's like, I mean, you got to see it. I can't even explain it. You can go online, go on the internet. Look at this, guys. You'll be like, nowhere but the Philippines would somebody do something like that. Okay. Jim Cruz said the U.S. is boycotting Russian vodka. Here we go with this, guys.
It was on the news. It was on the news today that bars all over the United States are pouring out Russian vodka.
Yeah, like that's really gonna help. I mean, look, some guy sent me something in my messenger today. We're in DEFCON 2. And like, what the hell is DEFCON 2? This isn't Comic-Con, man. What are you talking about? Because
my God.
Because Keelan read in the newspaper, by the way, that
What a bunch of shitbags.
that Putin has put his nuclear team on alert. Well, how does the media know that Putin has put the nuclear team on alert if he didn't read it? Yeah.
Hey, Fred, Fred, we're in trouble, Fred.
Yeah, you know, they say here on Guam, we're considered the tip, was it tip of the spear?
That's
You know.
right. That's right. We did the spear.
But you know what, guys? The thing that cracked me up as soon as I heard about them pouring out the Russian vodka in these bars all over the country is hell. The Russians already got the money because the bars bought the liquor in the first place. They're only shooting themselves in the foot.
Give me some. I need some.
Well, you know, I was asking my earlier question because Texas having problems with his audio and video. So the question I was asking, I know you guys moved there because, you know, of your ladies and everything else, but what's the medical care like there? Do they have a good hospital? There's a place you can go if there's an emergency.
Oh yeah, you know, Davao's got some of the best hospitals here. Yeah, and you know, let me tell you a story, okay? About a year ago, my wife's appendix was about to explode. You know, and I have one of my hobbies here is I fly planes, man. And so one of our pilots that I'm teaching here, he happens to be the head surgeon of Davao Dock. So
Wow.
he hooked her up, and my bill was $0.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, see, here's one thing. If y'all want to send your girl money over here, buy her a field health policy. All right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Booby, when Booby was born with everything, Booby was in the hospital for 1 week. My girlfriend was in the hospital 3 days. This is for doctor fees, room and board, everything. Medicine and everything, Fred. I paid 16,000 pesos, about $320.
Mm-hmm.
That was it because she had field health.
Field
Now,
health,
when my son was born premature down in Zamboanga City, she didn't have field health, and it cost me about 350,000 pesos. Now, see, that's the difference between a beta Filipina and an alpha Filipina. Alpha Filipina is going to have field health. She's going to do all that kind of stuff. A beta Filipina is going to sit back, and if you don't do it for her, if you don't suggest it to her, it's not going to get done.
Yeah.
If you were a foreigner, why wouldn't you, the first thing you ask him and say, hey, can you get me field health? Because if you don't, there's certain hospitals here that will make their bill $0 if they don't have it. My girlfriend was telling me this the other day. So it's just some things that you need to know, but don't just send her money over here for nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, don't send money. Send something tangible.
That's true. That's true. Because Fred knows this because the insurance here on Guam. When my son was born, right, I didn't know how much it was going to cost for my son to be born here in Guam. I found out after I had the health insurance and so forth. My son, when my son was born, he had to actually he was in the hospital for 1 week because of jaundice, because of the fact that. So what happened is the bill, when it finally gave to me, when GMH finally gave me the bill was over $15,000 to $16,000 US. But because I had insurance, I only paid $500 a deductible, and everything else was paid for.
Yeah. You know, insurance is only good. People, I'm an insurance agent. I'm retired though. I don't do anything.
Yeah, come to Davao, Joe.
People don't want to buy insurance, and I tell them all the time, you only need insurance when you need it. That's why they call it insurance. Just in the event something happens, because life is so unpredictable. If it's nothing else, Fred, it's unpredictable.
Yeah. So it's better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. That's right.
Need it, not have it, and the small amount that you're paying every month, it's going to be trying to self-insure. See, that was John's problem. Me and him would go. That's why I made the video I made about that, because me and him would go back and forth, and it's your choice. But self-insuring, man, I tell you what, man, it could get expensive, man.
Especially when you live in an area that can get hit by a typhoon.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we live in an area like that.
Fred knows that. Fred, remember the
Yeah.
remember the big typhoon that with over 200-mile-per-hour winds?
Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
Now, he says that's what I was thinking about. I know there's a VA at the embassy in Manila, but I'm not sure if there's one in Cebu. No, the only one is in
Len?
the embassy. Now, because there's so many foreigners and expats up in the Angeles City area, I was told that a lot of the hospitals up there, Fred, you might can answer me this, they accept TRICARE for life.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Because they got the Clark Regional Medical Center that's there, and that's where most of your retirees go. Go there, and I think they got Angeles Foundation Hospital, but I'll probably go to the Clark Regional Medical Center because they got top-notch doctors there. I went over to visit a friend when he was there, and it's a very nice facility. And what I like about it, where my house is at there, I get right on the expressway, which runs right to the cutoff, where I can get right to the hospital right there.
J.H. Singletary says, I like you guys' conversation. Yeah, we got a few people on here. I'm going to introduce the panel again. We got Rudy. He's like the Bitcoin king. We got Dana Middleton. He's a travel professional, travel agent. Fred is just an all-around OG, dropping gems for free. And Texas Zoe is a gangster from Houston, Texas, with a 300 square meter house. And the third floor is reserved for any expats visiting Davao.
Yeah, it's what it's for. Yeah, we're not using it.
Not yet. Not
Hey,
yet.
Calvin, before we go off, I want to give Rudy's information. If some way he can send it to me, because I like to touch base with this guy. Maybe get together, have coffee or something,
Yeah.
And we both live right here on Guam. He's down in Betty. I'm here in
you guys
Utah.
are
That's what this is all about, guys.
Yeah.
And to the guy who says, oh, is this just a black channel? Let me let you know that this is about as diverse of a panel as I've ever had. We got Rudy. Rudy's 100% Filipino. He just looks like a light-skinned brother. He looks like a light-skinned brother without the soul, but he don't have no soul. Rudy ain't got no soul.
So Rudy get a hood pass. Rudy gets a hood pass.
Come
Rudy
on,
get a hood pass.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Come on, Calvin.
I know Tagalog too, remember, Calvin? I know Tagalog.
Yeah.
Calvin, I'll bet you that Rudy can burn up a dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna tell you.
I got you, Rudy.
Rudy's probably the ballroom dancing because they do a lot of that here. The guy that cuts my hair, he's Filipino. He's been cutting my hair, over 25 years now, about 25 years. And him and his wife, they always do ballroom dancing. He's like family.
Oh yeah.
And I took a ballroom.
Am I right, Rudy? You did
dancing
ballroom
class.
dancing?
I took a ballroom dancing class back in the early 90s. And I swear to God, at the end of each session, it was like I had been playing some sort of sport. My knees were aching, my calves were burning. I mean, that's because you got so many different dances you're supposed to master. You know,
it's
Rudy.
You're tightening up those muscles, bro. That's what it is.
Man, that's why I'm coming to the Philippines to loosen up these muscles.
Get a massage.
Well, Calvin, one of the things you have to admit that's nice about the Philippines is the music. I mean, when you go to the Philippines, you still think you're back in the 60s, 70s, or 80s. You hear a lot of oldies but goodies. When I was stationed there, when disco was dead in the States, it was still going strong in the Philippines.
Yes,
Hey.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we were still going to the disco having a good time.
I got 25,000 songs on this iPod, buddy.
You know.
I don't know
So,
why.
And,
but you know, when I came there,
you know where
always have a good time. Yeah.
Calvin lives, we're gonna open that gate a little bit, and we're gonna put some speakers out there in all that area out in front of his house, and we're gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah, there's nobody there. My next door neighbors, they're hardly ever home. We can have
Hey.
a party here.
We'll bring them. They can come over.
But one of the things I was saying, because I was telling Calvin, I may come over, me and Lan, we'll probably come over maybe in October, because she wants to be there for All Souls Day.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to coordinate with
Day.
Calvin, because Calvin keep asking about Angeles City. So I want to coordinate where I get him and his family to come down and stay with us. And so when the ladies at the house, I'm going to take on a night. Maybe we got to spend overnight so you can see what the night life is like.
Oh,
So I
wow.
can just take you around. You can do a blog and, tell some people who may want to know about it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Here's Mo. He says, Dana. He said, Dana M., my flight leaves Wednesday night from JFK. Thank you for your assistance.
Okay, that'll be number 18.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Moment.
nice, Dana. Wow.
No, you already helped him.
Huh?
This is Moment, Dana.
Yeah, but I don't count them until the plane takes off.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, okay. Jerome Spencer says, how are the haircuts over there? Well, you see what I got. It depends on where you go, because I had hair like Fred, but I went down to Dumagetti, and they took my line way back here, as if that's normal.
I remember you telling that story. That's funny.
And he was cutting my hair, Jerome. Like, he cut it like it was normal. He was cutting my hair like it was normal. And I'm sitting there like, I'm thinking I'm looking good. He never showed me. You know how they show you the mirror, right?
Yeah.
But he never showed me the mirror. My girl sitting right there. She never said, hey, slow down. Don't go so far back. So we get to Jollibee, and I'm sitting by my son, and he's looking at me all crazy. Right?
You can see the window.
And I looked through my reflection, man, and I felt this smile, man. You know how you get a haircut and you walking like you really looking good?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Man.
Oh, man.
When
You're on cloud 9, and then all of a sudden you hit a trap door.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm looking good, Fred. I'm saying, yeah, these women, they're checking me out,
Well, let me ask you guys, while you're there, you guys ever get your manicure, your pedicure?
You know what? Oh, yeah.
Manicure, your pedicure. You ever pamper yourself?
I get my nails clean, but I don't do that painting thing. I just get it clean. Yeah.
I mean, it's a must when you get there. Get the whole 9 yards. Get the whole tune up.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let's answer this question. I'm sorry, WDBA, doing business as Mom's Consulting. He said, how do you guys get your U.S. mail forwarded there on a consistent basis? My mail goes to my daughter's house in America, and she just opens it if it's important, and I read it right over the FaceTime.
Yeah.
Because it takes about 2 months to get a letter here.
Yeah.
Hey, I've already
I'll answer
done some
that.
research on that, guys, and there are several mail forwarding services here in the United States that are really reasonable. What you do is you open a PO box with them, have all your mail go to them. As soon as you get mail, you can give them permission to open the mail and email it to you, and you'll have it that day.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically all I do with my daughter. See, that's all. She gets if it's important, she'll open it on FaceTime, and I'll read it. Or she'll read it to me. Same thing.
I have not opened an actual paper mail since I've been here, and I could care less. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't get much mail.
Zero,
Only
bro.
mail I get is when from my 1099s
Yeah.
and and maybe the IRS says, hey, you owe us, something like that. Nothing.
You ever remember, especially on a Friday or Saturday, you go to your mailbox in the States, man, and you'll get like a stack of junk mail and crap. That's why
they don't forward junk mail.
Yeah,
They don't forward junk mail. And see, with my business being a travel agent, I do get mail. Well, I do get mail from all over.
Let me answer this from Franz. Thanks for the super chat, Franz. He says, "What's up, Calvin and the panel? How hot does it get in the Philippines now? Need to have an idea what to bring with me. It's hot all year round here. Bring you some light clothing, shorts, tank tops, t-shirts.
Quick dry, Calvin. Quick dry.
Yeah, that what they call it, dry fit.
Dry fit, yeah.
I tell you what though, it's hot here, but it ain't like a bothersome hot like Texas, bro. It's hot here, but not like in Texas. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, it's hot here, man. I tell you what, I was walking. I got to walk maybe a block from here to get to the main road. And man, that sun was cooking my neck.
Come over here.
Here. It's hot here. I don't know what I've never been to Texas for any period of time, but
Calvin,
if it's hotter in Texas than it is here.
Let me break it down, Calvin. In Houston, Texas, especially in the summertime, they have a special ambulance just to rescue dying people from having broken air conditioning.
Yeah.
In Davao, even with no air conditioner, you're not gonna die, bro.
Let me stop you right there, though. Y'all get a break though in Houston at some point.
Hey, come on in.
Over here, you get no break.
Hey, I have a neighbor visiting me, another expat. He just got here, Calvin.
Wow. It's 365 days over here, Dana. There's no break.
I understand.
Because the last time I checked, it gets kind of cool at night during the winter months in Texas.
You're absolutely right. But see, Dallas and Houston, even though it could be the same temperature, it could be 90 degrees in Dallas and 90 degrees in Houston.
Hello.
It is so much more humid in Houston than it is in Dallas. So it's a different, totally different kind of heat.
One of my neighbors.
Hello, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
His name is
but
Ed.
Here's what I'm saying, though, guys. Y'all get a break in Houston.
Yeah.
You get a break. There's no break here. It never reaches below where I live.
They're talking about the weather here.
The only time it reaches below 80 degrees, Fred, is at midnight here.
Yeah.
And last night I woke up, it was 78 degrees at midnight here.
Philippines.
To give you an idea.
I can take it.
He's in the States.
Yeah.
He's also in Guam.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's from England. He just got here.
Now, is this the one that married online?
I just got back here.
Yeah, he just got back here, yeah. What's that?
Did he get married online?
No.
Look at the size of that TV.
Where did you meet your wife? Where did you meet your wife?
Online.
Hey, he met his wife online.
Date in Asia.
Yeah.
It's called
Date in Asia, yeah.
Yeah.
Date in Asia.
Yeah.
You know what I come round for? Oh, can I have a glass of water?
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Yeah, he said I run my aircon 24/7. Yeah, because you don't get a break over here. I don't care how hot they take. That's why when guys say, "Oh, it's just as hot in Houston," well, somewhere around December, January, February, you get a break. You don't get a break over here. I'm sorry.
I know.
Hey, Fred knows how hot it is in Guam, right, Fred?
Yeah. Hey, that's why I'm here in the house. His part's kind of funny.
He'll be back in a minute.
Okay. His part is interesting. Like in the morning, I usually have my doors open because usually it's cool in the morning. And a lot of times by 10 o'clock, it starts to warm up a little bit. Because my house here, the thing is, we live in an all concrete house. You coat your roof, which reflects the heat. So it stays cooler in the house for a lot longer. I usually turn my air on usually about 10, 11 o'clock, you know, when I run it there.
Answer this
But
question.
remember, I got solar panels. Remember, I told you that. So, I mean, I actually save.
Answer
Smart
this
move.
question right here.
She gave
Can you
me
see it?
1 month free on top. So I got 2 months.
So you went to the actual.
Is it hotter on Guam than it is in the Philippines?
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, Calvin, did
It's
they have
not the
days here?
temperature, it's the humidity.
Well, did they have days they call red flag days where you
Yeah.
don't want to go outside and do any type of activity whatsoever? Yeah,
They'll
I
burn
mean,
you up.
that's how,
They'll
because
burn you up.
because you know the degrees could be 75, it could even
Right.
be 79, but your heat index factor could be
Your
100.
humidity.
Okay,
Your humidity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Is that all year round, Fred?
Well, right now it's kind of cool on and
Yeah,
off,
it's cool.
but
Yeah.
we have sort of like, what do you say, Rudy? Almost like a 4 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, we even have where it gets dark early, you know, or it gets light early in the morning.
Yeah.
Like when I get up, it's still dark till about 6:30,
Uh-huh.
and then it starts getting dark when about 6:30
6
p.m. in
o'clock.
the evening.
Yeah.
6 p.m. in the evening.
Hey, Calvin, one thing I learned when I was living in Hong Kong, you want to pick a place where your windows face north or south, not east or west.
Just to make sure
Well,
that
see,
Because
that's what
you
the
will cook in
builder-
a house.
That's what Rock Engineering did to my house.
Yeah.
Because I said, hey, where's my front door? And he said, well, I'm
Some
going
of
to
them might
situate it to a
not.
certain, wherever the sun was. That's why my house is,
No.
you know, configured the way it is.
Yeah.
Hello, baby.
The way my place is, my front door faces the breeze, where the breeze come in from. So I get a real
Yeah.
nice breeze, and the sun is out in the morning, shines on the front part of my house. Then later on, it starts going like higher, goes over the house. But I got a nice little shade out there, get a nice little breeze. I go sit outside now with a nice breeze, as long as I don't go out in the sun. It's fine.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
gets hot. It gets
Buck
hot.
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
Buck said he don't wear baby powder. Buck, don't come over here with it. Yeah, you look like a damn ghost over here. You're going to scare somebody.
You know. Like Calvin, let me ask you a question. Why Rudy lives here like I do, but Dana, have you ever been here? Calvin, you ever been to Guam? You guys ever been here?
No, I
before?
haven't been to Guam.
Just transitioning.
Okay.
You know, that crazy flight from United, by the way, that I'll never do again. I'll never fly United again from Manila to Guam, then Guam to Hawaii, Hawaii to Chicago. I'll never do that again.
That's quite an endorsement there, Calvin.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, especially coming because they'll give you a deal. You'll get a deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't eat from Chicago to Guam.
Yeah.
You gotta pay buy your own food. And it's
Yeah,
not
well,
worth
see,
it.
the
So
other
are you
flight-
telling-
the-
are
the
you
other
telling
flight
me
they
that
got also?
Are
The
you
other
telling
flight-
me that those pretzels don't get it for you?
Oh man. It's great.
Well,
And
they also got
can't-
another route. You were lucky you didn't get on. Well, the one I usually take when I want to go stateside, I prefer to go through Japan, you know, because they feed you on that flight.
Yeah,
And then
that's true.
since I live on the, you know, my family's on the East Coast, I fly into Newark, and then from Newark into Pittsburgh, and then I rent me a car. It's a short drive from the airport into Ohio. You know where I'm from.
Ohio? What part
Yeah.
of Ohio?
I'm from Youngstown.
Oh, you're a Buckeye?
Buckeye.
Well, maybe back in the days,
Well,
but I haven't followed sports in so long. You know, since I've been living out here. I don't bother with it.
Right, listen, I grew up in Columbus.
Oh, I was stationed down in Columbus. You know, back in my military days, my young days.
What branch? Service?
I was in the Air
Force?
Force. I was in the Air Force. Yeah, I did 21 in the Air Force.
So you were at Rickenbacker?
Yep, I was there.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, let me read this. Thanks, David Masterson, for that super sticker. He said, hey, Cal, hope all is well. Long time. Question for the gentleman that is a travel agent. He says, let's see. Let me find his second part of his question. Okay, here. It says, I heard a lot of people saying when traveling to the Philippines, take one airline only. That's usually that's what we do, right?
No,
You
no.
said spoke with Korean Air and they are saying you can connect, just don't leave the airport. But
What's happening these days is that the airlines have these alliances. So you could buy a ticket, for example, from Dallas to Manila, and you'll probably fly from from Dallas to San Francisco on American, and then from San Francisco into the Philippines on Philippine Air.
Yeah.
Or you can fly like Mo is doing. He's flying from New York City, and he's flying on Emirates, and he will be able to fly into Cebu on Emirates, but he couldn't fly into Manila on Emirates. He would have to change airlines.
yeah,
Now, Dana, you see why me and Rudy live on Guam. We don't have to worry
That's
about
right.
that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We
Yeah.
all the only two planes that we can take any airline and it'll get us into the Philippines in less time than it would you guys. That's it.
And
That's
they're direct
it.
flights. They're direct flights.
Direct flights. And like I said, my friends who actually lived in Chicago, New York, and even California, when we had a get together in the Philippines, when they went back to their own cities in the Philippines, they said, sorry, not Philippines, but in America, they told me they would rather live on Guam because of the fact that every time that they would try to go to the Philippines, it would take them so long to accommodate for flights, times, delays, and everything else. But when they're on Guam, it's like going there for the weekend and coming back on Monday.
Well,
Yeah,
you can now fly direct from New York City into Manila.
yeah, I tell you, if Guam wasn't so expensive, that would be the perfect place for an expat. You could just come to the Philippines anytime you want. It is so close. How far is that, Fred?
We're talking about it's about a 3 hour, 15-minute flight, something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
So
That's it.
So we're talking about what, 1,500 miles, Rudy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, for me, the problem with that thinking for me is I like to travel. And with Guam, okay, I'm afraid I'd probably get island fever. Whereas with the proximity of 7,600 islands in the Philippines, I can go I got a lot of choices to go.
Well, I've been out here since 92. Rudy was born and raised here. I haven't got island fever yet. I'll be honest with you. People seem to be under the
but I know,
thing is,
I know me.
But the thing is you got other places within close proximity if you want to travel.
Like Japan, Taiwan.
You got Japan, got Korea, Taiwan, Philippines.
Well, you got that in the Philippines too. Plus, with Cebu Air.
But the thing is I still get the amenities of the U.S. Okay.
Yeah.
But yet I don't have to go as far when I want to go to the Philippines. Been on Guam. Rudy will back me up on this. You think you're in Philippines number 2?
Yep.
Wow.
There's a huge Philippine community here.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wherever you go, you're going to meet one. Okay?
We even have a consulate here. We have
Sure we do.
Consulate.
Yeah, they do. We got one here.
Well,
yeah.
I tell you what, since you're that close, once I get settled, I'll come visit.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that. Because Calvin says he's coming this way, so I'm going to hold you guys to that.
Hey, listen, I'm as old as you are, so when I make a promise, man, I keep it.
Well, it all depends, because I may be the oldest on the panel, but I don't know.
I don't know. How old are you?
Dana's older than you.
Oh, okay. Well, he got me beat then.
Yeah, I'm the ancient mariner here.
So what are you in your 70s? You have to say what age.
72.
Oh, shoot.
Man, I'm proud of my age.
So you're going to be 73 this year?
Yeah, in September.
Okay. All right.
Timothy Bright wants says if Buck comes through, please interview Buck. Man, that would probably be my only million view, my only video with 1 million views if I interview Buck.
Man, that'll be a nonstop laughter from the time you click on till they kick you off.
You know.
Hey guys,
but Dana, I know we probably want to shut down in a few minutes. But Dana, what keeps you young is having that young Filipino at your side.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Good,
Hey guys,
good exercise and a good woman. That's a formula for longevity, as far as I'm concerned.
There you go.
I'm going to get off of here. I want to thank everybody for your super chats, super stickers, thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. But as I always do, I'm going to give my panel the final word. We're going to start with Rudy. Give us something to chew on, Rudy, for later on.
Well, as you know, on my last time, I told you that Bitcoin was going to go back up. Well, it's back up at 43K. So everything is following suit now. You guys should have bought back when.
Okay, now what if we buy now? So you saying that 43 is the ceiling or what?
Well, it's right now at its stable price, but I know it's probably gonna go back down a little bit more. But if it goes back down any further, I would just get into it as when it gets down that low below anytime it drops below the 40K, like 38, 37, I would buy in because it's going to shoot back up to 44 or even higher than that. It's ready to go shoot up to probably past 50 to 60K. So by that time, then you guys can gain profit. So I already made a couple hundred, and I'm just waiting for it to shoot up a little bit more. Then I'm going to get out of it again and wait for it to go back down.
Hey, let me ask you one question before I go to Dana.
Okay.
You know, on my PayPal account, I can convert money to Bitcoin. Is that a good place to buy Bitcoin?
Well, there's some other places that I know of that are cheaper than that, but if you want to get started at the easy way to do it, I would buy from them and just hold it until you can use it. There's a little place called Bit Refill that you can use to buy what you might call convert your Bitcoin, Litecoin, any to what you might call gift certificates, and you can use it. If you join it, you can use it at all the major places in the Philippines and also in Guam. There's gift certificates that you can purchase and then use it just like regular money. Once you convert it to a certificate from your Bitcoin or anything, you can use it for that. That's what I do if I wanted to go out.
Do you eat balut, Rudy?
No.
Probably the only Filipino, but you're really an American, even though
I was born here. That's why.
Yeah, you're an American, so that's probably why you don't eat balut.
I hate fish too, but my relatives are all fishermen on my mother's side.
Okay. See, this guy says don't buy on PayPal. You don't actually own the coin if you buy that.
Well, I don't have a PayPal account. I do have a PayPal account for everything else, but where I buy Bitcoin is straightly from Coinbase because I trust them. But I have other wallets that are all over the place that have my coins at specific prices and interest, so that those are the ones that I keep holding on to. But if I wanted to go straight out, I go on either Bit Refill to buy a gift certificate, or I go to Coinbase and I put it directly into my bank account.
Okay. Thank you, Rudy. It's always a pleasure, man, especially because I got a lot of young guys on here who love the Bitcoin. And I think one of my next panels, the next few panels, I'm going to have another financial panel with Bitcoin, investment, insurance, and all of that. Give us something to chew on, Dana, for the rest of the day.
Well, I guess the first thing I want to say is, Calvin, don't forget. No, I just want to make sure that everybody understands. Get your paperwork in line, so that you don't have any problems. with your entry and moving around. Also, I would tell you guys that go places. You know, don't go to the Philippines and just settle for just Cebu or just settle for Manila or what is it, Zamboanga or Davao. You know, visit different places. You know, get a real sense of where what the place is, because you may not know when you're going to come back. So I just think it's really important to move around a little bit, have as much fun as you can under the eyes of the law. Okay, and but most importantly today, I want to just remind everybody: make sure you got your paperwork together when you come.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, because I meant to. I got this wrote down. If you don't believe me, you can't see it, but I wrote, when you guys get here, you do understand you're under Philippine law, and it's not a whole lot your embassy can do for you if you get in trouble here. They don't usurp the law over here. You know, the best they can do is point you in the direction of a good lawyer, English speaking lawyer, or something like that. Or if you owe money over here, you can't run to the embassy to try to escape paying, guys. You're under Philippine law here. I know that's a duh, but a lot of guys don't know that. They think that, oh, all I got to do is go to the embassy and they're going to help you.
No.
It's not going to happen. Give us something to chew on, Fred.
You know, I was thinking, somebody just put a question in. I don't know if you want to answer that or not, Kelvin.
Go ahead.
Guamanians hate Americans.
No, they don't.
Guamanians are Americans. Okay. So it's kind of hard to hate something that you are. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that statement at all. Well, anyway, something to chew on. Like when you guys get there, you already know probably where you're going to go. While you're there, I said this before, if you stay in a hotel, you want to do sightseeing, check with the travel agency, because most hotels have them. Or if you need somebody to just give you a tour of the city, check with the hotel, again, the front desk, because they have reliable drivers that can take you wherever you want to go and stick with you the whole time that you're there, you know. And the main thing is have a good time, stay out of trouble. If I was you, I would settle down with one girl, maybe have many different ones you want to see, just set them up differently while you're there, you know.
Yeah,
and don't forget to get down to Subic, former Navy base, down to Texas Joe. Some of the best ribs and stuff in town. It's a must place to go. Let's put it that way when you're there.
Yeah, I always suggest that guys kind of mix it up too, Fred, because that way you get a better chance of meeting somebody that's compatible. Because they don't understand, man, compatibility is very important when you come to a place like the Philippines. You know, it's a steep learning curve. Their culture is so much different than yours. But don't come over here and run in the candy store, grab a Snickers, and run out.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
No, here's the thing's funny. I'm gonna be quiet. When I was there, a lot of girls would have what they call suitors, different guys trying to talk to them. So if one of the suitors had different girls, they would get mad. So I used to say, well, why can you do it? Why can't I do it? So the thing when you're there is you want to meet different people to maybe find that one you might be compatible with, and don't lock yourself into one the whole time that you're there. You know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Texas is on. Well, hell. Move back.
What's up, bro?
You got the last word, man. Give us something good to chew on, man. I'm getting ready to get off of here.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I can say is come over here with an open mind. Okay, open mind. And then if you're going to be over here, please understand that the people over here, their ways of doing things is a little bit different than ours and what we're used to. Don't be over here being in a hurry, man, because it doesn't move like that over here. So if you come over here, just take it easy and everything, have a good time, and make sure you mix with the people that are going to be taking care of you. Otherwise, you can end up in the wrong place really quick. And but best of all, have a good time, man. Your money will stretch a long ways over here. And if you're in Davao, my number is 0917. Write it down, Dana.
I got it.
1425 290. It's Globe. Call me anytime, man. In person. Call me. I'll pick you up at the airport. And this goes out to anybody that's going to be heading towards Davao, and I will take you wherever you need to go to settle with.
Okay. Hey,
You know I'm gonna be there.
let me ask you this real quick. How far is that Philippine Eagle Reserve from you?
From my house, you're looking at about not even 15 minutes, Calvin.
Okay, yeah. If you guys really want to see something amazing, if you're in a lot of these, they're not just in Davao, but they're most of them, half of the Philippine Eagles that are still alive and in their native habitat are in Mindanao. But if you want to see just a humongous creature, man, that just goes to show you the dinosaurs are still with us today.
Yeah.
Things are, the raptors, man. They stand about 3 foot high, wingspan about 7 foot, and they're the Philippines' #1 predator.
They're majestic,
Eat all kinds of stuff, guys.
If I'm not mistaken, the largest crocodile in captivity was caught on Mindanao.
Yeah. And it's a lot to do over here, man. When you get over here, it can be a wonderland if you want it to be, but if you come over here and you get whipped, like I said, you find the first woman, and because she's gonna try to hold you hostage. You're like a lottery ticket when you get over here, guys. You gotta understand that. And if you let that happen to you after traveling, because I'm gonna tell you something, your whole mindset will change on that trip over here. It's a long, long way. And that's all you got to think about is, look how far I came. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And that's what I would suggest you do. See as many places as you can. Bring as much money as you can afford to bring. Stay as long as you can. Because there's only one time to visit the Philippines. So once again, thanks to my panel. Thanks to my viewers and subscribers, man. Another great panel today, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. The next video I will upload, I'll be in the mountains in Cebu. Okay? Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Because actually,
Have a